Welcome, everyone. Little echo. Please be seated. I am Dean Donna Marasco, and it is my sincere pleasure to welcome you to Drexel's 129th Commencement. On behalf of my colleagues in the College of Arts and Sciences, I am pleased and honored to be the first to say to the students in the College of Arts and Sciences, congratulations to the class of 2016. Thank you for the privilege you have allowed us to work with you, to mentor you, to train you, and importantly, to learn from you. We are all very proud of your accomplishments and wish you success in your next journey as Drexel alumni and as wonderful citizens of this great country. We encourage you to follow any leads you want to take and to succeed. I am pleased to announce that members of Drexel University's faculty and administration are assembled here today to share this event with you. A number of our guests include Drexel trustees Stanley Silverman and Nina Henderson, Dean of the Online College, President Susan Aldridge, Senior Vice Provost for Research, Alistair Saunders, our esteemed keynote speaker, Ms. Chris McKendry, and our 2016 class representative, Jillian Adair. Please forgive me if I'm a little emotional today. This is the first time that the mission of the College of Arts and Sciences is so visible in the commencement activities that we are celebrating these next 2 days. When I became dean in 2003, the college had a lengthy discussion of what our identity should be, what a College of Arts and Sciences should look like in a university that was known for engineering and business. We decided that we wanted to be a small liberal arts college that had the resources of a large university, a university that was founded on experiential learning, applying your knowledge today, not waiting for tomorrow. This year's commencement ceremonies highlight that mission. For the first time ever, the College of Arts and Sciences has our own graduation, and tomorrow we're part of the large university and celebrate graduation for all of Drexel. Why is it so important to the faculty that we have these characteristics? Why do we care if we're recognized as a small liberal arts college? All students graduate with a major. But we're not just teaching facts. We're hoping through our interactions with you, you learn how to think from your disciplinary perspective. A historian views problems different than a political scientist, a biologist different from a chemist. We also emphasize having a breadth of knowledge. Flexibility in our world is absolutely essential. Most of you will be changing careers over time. To have more information in your background that you know how to do something and where to look becomes essential. But the most important component of this is that we emphasize the attributes of a small college. That means we want our faculty and staff to get to know you, not just to help you while you're here, but for you to determine which people around you have the qualities that help you get to your endpoint. Many people have information, but not everyone gives it in a format that you want to use or can use. This is important to pick people that you need to network with later. In addition, a small college always emphasizes teams, and the world is all about teamwork. Being part of a large university is pretty obvious. When our students decide that they need a course in business, or one in computer science, or maybe in graphic design, we have LeBeau College, we have Westfall College, we have the College of Computing and Informatics. Many of you are graduating with minors, with majors in other colleges. You can't do that if we're just small. Importantly, college is just not academics. So with everything we have in the university, you can go from the DAC pack to a dance class. And if you don't have an organization around that you really want to use, we make it. So the university gives you all those resources. And we want to be the small liberal arts college that knows what experiential learning is. We embrace the co-op. Not only, however, do we embrace the co-op that's traditional, that you work 6 months, once or 3 times during your experience here, but during your time at Drexel, the college embraced another type of hands-on learning. It's our community-based learning. Our criminology and justice students take courses with inmates in prisons to talk about how the book actually reflects reality. Our English majors not only write memoirs and biographies about each other, but they go to the hospice and write the memoirs of the people that won't be with us much longer. In a biology of aging class, the students learn about what aging is and then goes to a senior center and discusses with them how to achieve successful aging. Historians go into the community and take oral histories so that we have it for the future. This is co-op in your classes. We took the tenets of a small liberal arts college and incorporated community. You have learned how your major can impact the world. You have mastered communication skills, not only to explain concepts of your discipline, but to explain them in a way that other people can use it today. You have learned how to be an engaged citizen for today, and importantly, for tomorrow. So what are you supposed to do now? I want you to remember what you have learned in your major, not only the facts, but importantly, the perspective. The world thrives on interdisciplinarity. Your disciplinary perspective will help you accomplish those goals. Remember how you engage those around you to achieve your goals. The intimacy of the college has fostered those interactions, but remember, even in a large organization, you can use the same criteria to determine who will be helpful to get you to your finish line. Importantly, be confident that you can acquire new knowledge and apply it
today. The world won't give you time of 6 months or longer to acquire a skill, but you've been doing that all along. You learn, and then you do. Be confident, you can always do that. And most of all, maintain the passions that you have. Our website logo is "The world won't wait, neither will we." This was not developed by my office. This was developed by you and your colleagues. This is what you told us you want to do. You didn't want to wait while you were here. Don't wait when you leave. And importantly, don't wait for others to take the lead. You can do it. You are ready to make an impact on the world. Now go do it. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce Jillian Adair, who is graduating magna cum laude today with both her bachelor's and master's in environmental science from the Department of Biodiversity, Earth, and Environmental Science, or BEES as we affectionately call it. The department motto is field experience early and often, and Jillian has truly lived those words. In her 5 years at Drexel, she has taken advantage of 3 different co-ops to hone her interests in aquatic monitoring and conservation. She's seen firsthand how cities affect our waterways and help protect the ecology of the Delaware River Basin. She hasn't just stayed local. She's also explored her interests internationally through 2 different study abroad opportunities, one in Costa Rica about policy and sustainable development, and the other sailing around New Zealand studying marine science and maritime history. Last month, Jillian was the recipient of the Ruth Patrick Award for Excellence in Environmental Science, awarded to a senior in environmental science who has the highest GPA and has demonstrated commitment to skills outside the classroom. Jillian will address us today on behalf of you, the class of 2016. Jillian.
Good afternoon, Dean Marasco, distinguished guests, dedicated faculty and staff, our proud families and friends, and finally, hello to the talented class of 2016. These past 5 years, or 4 for some of us, have flown by, although I'm sure at the end of a few quarters we can all agree that time did in fact stand still. Nevertheless, we finally made it. We are graduating from one of the best universities in the world, and thankfully the one with the best mascot too. Because let's face it, yelling "I am a dragon" at random and often inappropriate times has never felt so good. George R.R. Martin, who is the creator of the saga titled A Song of Ice and Fire, which inspired the Game of Thrones hit TV series, is a man who arguably loves our mascot just as much as we do. A quote by him that always resonates with me reads, "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one." This quote suggests that readers are immersed in atmospheres different from their own. Readers are able to change their lifestyles and enter a new time, place, or relationship. Now, as a dragon, I'd like to amend that. At Drexel, they tell us to hit the ground running, and somehow we refrain from ever slowing down. We have taken advantage of countless professional, academic, volunteer, and abroad opportunities that the average person can only dream of. Therefore, while the average person lives but one life, dragons find the time to live thousands. In these past 5 years, many of us have worked full-time for over a year and a half in 3 different professional atmospheres. Some of us investigated treatments for life-threatening medical conditions. Others worked with nonprofits to better the lives of local and international communities. And in my case, I collected fish in local streams and rivers. Furthermore, in these 5 years, we have completed challenging coursework, involved ourselves in the sports and clubs that we loved, studied in countries all over the planet, and volunteered in our backyard of Philadelphia. In this short time, we have accomplished so much. Our knowledge and experience helped us gain an idea of what we love, and it propelled us in the right direction. But what I've learned about myself is that I yearn for variety. The beautiful thing about Drexel is not that our many co-ops and research experiences show us the one thing we want to do for the rest of our lives. No, of course not. Drexel shows us the many incredible things we can and will do with our valuable time. Drexel has opened many doors for us, so it is now our responsibility to treat these doors like a fun house. Opening one leads to 5 more. Or better yet, we can treat these opportunities like the doors of our classic main building. Once you walk in one door, you realize there are 1,000 others just waiting for you. Eventually, you'll find your classroom, and you'll have a hell of a time searching for it all the while. So I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, Mom and Dad. I can't choose one specific job to dedicate my entire life to. I have the capability to work in many fields and to achieve numerous goals. So class of 2016, take this pledge with me today to live 1,000 lives. Thank you for your time, congratulations, and good luck out there.
Now we want to acknowledge those students and professors who have received special recognition from the university and college. In the spirit of honoring exceptional academic achievement, I would like to recognize those undergraduate students who are graduating cum laude, or with honor, with a GPA between 3.5 and 3.7. Will all of our cum laude graduates please stand? Those graduating with a GPA between 3.7 and 3.9 are designated magna cum laude, or with outstanding honor. Will our magna cum laude graduates please stand? Students graduating with a GPA of 3.9 or higher are designated summa cum laude, or with highest honor. Will our summa cum laude graduates please stand? Our Panonis Honors College students are among the university's highest achieving. I ask all Panonis Honors College students to stand and be recognized. Congratulations to all these exceptional students. Along with our graduates, we celebrate our distinguished faculty. Without them, the milestone we mark today could not have been reached. I would like to especially recognize 2 recipients of the college's faculty awards. Would Dr. Nancy Ritano Lee please stand? Dr. Ratana Lee in the Department of Psychology received the Antello Devereux Award for Young Faculty, which is awarded annually to a tenure-track assistant professor in the college to support their research. Dr. Lee is a child clinical psychologist who specializes in developmental neuropsychology, specifically in autistic youth and youth with Down syndrome. This award recognizes her comprehensive approach to these situations, which take both a very technical and a social approach to these problems. Secondly, I want to recognize Assistant Professor Allison Kenner in the Department of Politics, who received the college's Teaching Excellence Award, given in recognition of outstanding and innovative teaching. While many think of field work as occurring only in the sciences, field research is a significant component of the social sciences as well. Dr. Kenner's research methods courses bring students into the community, exposing them to ethnographic research early in their undergraduate careers. Dr. Kenner could not be with us today because she's in New Mexico on a service project that she has helped organize for the last 5 years. But please join me in acknowledging both of these outstanding junior faculty. Now I have the honor to introduce our keynote speaker. We are honored to have with us today Drexel Communication alumna, Chris McKendry, an Emmy Award-winning broadcaster for ESPN. A Philadelphia native and former Drexel tennis player, Ms. McKendry joined ESPN as a Sports Center anchor in 1996 and has served as co-host of the Midday Sports Center since its debut in August 2008. Ms. McKendry's broadcasting resume comprises all 4 tennis majors, including ESPN's current unprecedented position of start-to-finish coverage of the Australian Open, Wimbledon, and US Open. She served as co-host of ESPN's X Games in 1997 and 98, was the sideline reporter for ESPN and ABC Sports telecasts of the historic 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup, and has anchored ESPN's coverage of the National Spelling Bee and Little League World Series. Prior to joining ESPN, Ms. McKendry was at WJLA, the ABC affiliate in Washington, D.C., where she was a sports reporter, as well as the first woman to work as a television sports news anchor in the Washington, D.C. market. In 1996, she received a regional sports Emmy in the Best Sports Segment category for NFL 101, which illustrated how to watch football. Also that year, she was the sideline and feature reporter for TNT and TBS during the NBA playoffs. Ms. McKendry, I invite you to share your thoughts with us.
Good afternoon, Dean Marasco, and thank you. Good afternoon to all the honored guests on stage, to the proud parents and the relieved parents, all of the siblings, the friends, and mostly the graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences. I'm one of you. In today's terminology, in fact, I have a BS in Communications, a concentration in Journalism, Drexel University. Your journeys take new shape after tomorrow. They will include long days and yet short years, as life is more impatient than ever, leaving little time for reflection. But it was at the invitation to speak with all of you today that forced me to think back on what I've learned in the many years since graduation and some of the lessons that I'd like to share. It was mere weeks before my graduation when an engineering friend of mine said, "What's your degree in, Chris?" I said, "It's a BS in Humanities and Communications." He paused with a bit of a concerned tone, said, "Chris, what do you do with one of those?" I replied without hesitation, but also without full conviction at that point, "I'd like to be a sportscaster." He said, "Well, that's different." And he was right. 26 years ago, female sportscasters were very different. Today, no less than 7 women alone host SportsCenter on ESPN on a daily basis. Graduates, don't be afraid to be different. Do something different until it's normal, because it's then that you've gone from being different to making a difference. And if by reading sports scores, understanding the rules to games, or interviewing athletes, I've changed opinions, biased perceptions, or have helped empower others, just imagine what all of you can do, accomplish, and discover. I graduated in June of 1990, and at that time, the one female sportscaster most viewers had seen enough to at least recall by name was a former Miss America. I was just a crazy, sports-loving Philly girl with a place on Palton Avenue with a couple of tennis teammates and my best friends. My only head start was the same one you have, a Drexel education that included co-ops and internships that got my foot in the television industry's door. And once inside, I received encouragement from many of Philadelphia's best broadcasters, Yuki Washington, Michael Barkan, Howard Eskin, the man who told me, "Get out of news, Chris, and join us in sports." When I graduated, I had an entry-level job, and then I moved to Minnesota for my first on-air job. Although technically, it was a job in production that might offer an on-air opportunity. But I was convinced it would lead to something. Now, parents, cover your ears. Graduates, I was just broke and going for broke, and that's all right. Overwhelmed by my enthusiasm, it never dawned on me I probably wasn't very good. And at this stage in your life, graduates, allow enthusiasm to guide you. Please have that blind faith in yourself, in your ideas, and in your abilities. Now, don't confuse it with entitlement or bravado, but don't doubt yourself. Not now. It's only the beginning. Give what you love a try, because you never know how the world might align with your plans and your dreams today. That's what happened to me. While I was getting those on-air opportunities in Minnesota on an overnight broadcast seen by maybe 10 people, major broadcast networks, plus places like CNN and ESPN, started putting more women on the air. One at a time, mind you, but they were putting them out there, and it gave me hope, as well as an idea. With my very limited on-air experience, I put together a resume reel and marked it with big, bold letters. Not Chris McKendry, Christine McKendry. I wanted to make sure if someone was looking for a woman, they looked at my tape. And suddenly, what made me different had become the advantage on which I'd build my career and my life, because ESPN called Christine McKendry. And so off I went to my big audition at the network headquarters in Bristol, Connecticut, and ESPN promptly hired someone else. That was 1994. And I was way too experienced and absolutely awestruck at the moment. In fact, I remember calling my older brother the night of my audition. He asked me how it went, and all I could tell him was, I sat in Dan Patrick's chair on SportsCenter. But instead, it was the ABC station in Washington wanting to be the first in town with a woman working full-time in sports. They picked me. 2 years later, ESPN called again. That time, I got the job, and that was 20 years ago. a lesson learned, and I'd like to share. Don't be afraid to accept second chances, and don't ever be too proud to be someone's second choice. I arrived at ESPN. It was a fascinating time. The network was somewhere between being the little engine that could and the behemoth that it has become. And I can tell you, ESPN didn't get to where it is today by chance. It arrived by taking chances, a philosophy and a lesson I saw in action immediately, and it's one that stays with me. Take the chance. I'd been at ESPN 6 months when in 1997, I hosted the first ever Winter Extreme Games, featuring snowboarders, ice climbers, even people who raced modified snow shovels down a mountain. I didn't say every different idea was a good one. Some are just different. Snowboarders at first came down the mountain in time trials, but they didn't go as fast as skiers, and the event needed a little bit of spice. So an executive producer decided, you know what, send 4 or 5, just send them down the mountain, have them race the same way snowboarders ride. Call it border cross, call it border X. It made for great competition and very good television. So did sending a snowboarder off of a ski jump to get some big air. Traditionalists at the time questioned the sports, the athletes' rebellious attitudes, the legitimacy of these winter extreme games. But the younger generation participated in these sports, and they watched. We respected that and connected. Today, ex-gamers, once dismissed as hobbyists, are respected world-class athletes, and we call them Olympians. ESPN also owned the summer of 1999 because it invested in soccer, women's soccer. The Women's World Cup was on U.S. soil that year and won by Team USA on penalty kicks. I was the sideline reporter, and the tournament was a game changer. Boys were cheering for their country's great athletes, absolutely blind to gender. The games became appointment television, and I realized the next generation was growing up without gender bias. They were growing up with girls who played and participated in sports every day, just like they did. In fact, other nations' soccer federations, once eliminated from the competition, would be cheering for Team USA. And it was an official from a European team who told me his country's federation needed to see what a successful women's team could produce and attract. And then, of course, Brandi Chastain scored the winning goal, ripped off her shirt, a soccer tradition, but the sports bra became a symbol of a movement. Sports indeed were changing. More women were participating in professional sports, sports production, and fringe sports were creeping into the mainstream. Not to mention more broadcast outlets, more opportunity. The world's events had aligned with my dreams. What if I never tried? I hope you experience times in your career and life, like I have, moments that stop you in your tracks and can still inspire you many years after they've passed. But don't forget, what makes you prepared to handle the big moments and what gets you to those big moments are all the other days. They're called work days, be it in a lab, a classroom, an office, or a studio. You've grown up in an environment of instant gratification, and I'm sure you've heard it, personal brand building. There's something else called staying power, and it is proven over time there is no other way. Hard work will play a big role in your next chapter. Be ready to embrace it, learn from it, and proud of your ability to do it. And remember this lesson: whatever you do to get somewhere, graduates, to achieve, you need to do to stay there. So be careful and be honest. Shortcuts are tempting, but you don't need them. Use that great intangible asset that Drexel University's semester system has taught you: 10 weeks. 10 weeks is a little time, and you get it all done. You're efficient, and you are hard workers. Hard work is empowering and universally respected. Many of you, especially those in the arts, will likely be like me, and you'll choose a field that's extremely subjective. You'll feel like success depends on another's opinion, and that can be tough. But a hard work ethic will give you strength, as it's something only you can control, so don't ever let it go. A mentor once told me, slow down, pull over in that right lane, and work on your craft. Getting a dream job and establishing yourself in said job are two different phases of a career. It was great advice, and it brought about a desired result. That's longevity. But in order to receive his advice, I had to be open to it. Graduates, no one succeeds on their own. So please remember, surround yourself with good people who inspire you and motivate you, and in turn, be someone others want on their team. Carry your share of the load, compliment, and learn from your peers. Now, for many of you, you're somewhere between wanting to stay at Drexel a little longer and yet so ready to move on. And it's not the last time you're going to feel this way in your life, because endings and new beginnings happen throughout life. It's that awkward feeling between comfort and the unknown, and it's going to come with every challenge and adventure, providing the excitement and the fear. I know exactly how you feel right now, today. 2 months ago, I left SportsCenter to focus entirely on ESPN's Grand Slam tennis. It's quite a leap for a girl who played on the Drexel courts in West Philly to a job I never imagined 26 years ago, when I wondered who's going to put a woman on TV to talk sports, let alone one who's approaching 50. So that is my final lesson to share. Don't forget, while you're working hard, staying enthusiastic, humble, ambitious, honest, finding good people, and being a good person, sometimes just allow life to surprise you. It's full of surprises. Smile and enjoy them. And there's one more thing before I go. Philadelphia. I love this town, and I love its people. And whether you were born and raised here like me, or simply adopted this city for the past handful of years, take some of it with you. It is strong, it is passionate, and it has an edge. And these are personality traits that will never let you down. Drexel graduates, you're as tough and as prepared as they come to take your next step, the first step in your giant leap. You will make a difference, Drexel. Congratulations. Enjoy tonight, enjoy your weekend, and then let's get on with the rest of our lives. The world needs you. Good luck.
Now, the time that you've all been waiting for. It is now the time to individually recognize all of our graduates assembled today. The names of our graduates will be announced by the college's Associate Deans, Dr. David Goldberg, Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies, and Dr. Alexander Friedlander, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education.
Marshals, please escort the Master of Science graduates to the stage to be individually recognized. Jillian Adair, who is receiving a BS-MS. Victoria Alfreda Kent. Jenna Preston. Kelly Nicole Davis. Lauren Nicole Papasadero. Kerry Eleonora Joy. Kimberly Genevieve Conca. Brandy Nicole Banks. Gabrielle Lantieri. Johnny Ka. Samantha A. Santomo. Julie Elizabeth Peterson. Stephen Marshall Smith. Emily Rose Johnson. Damian Richard Berube. Elisa Nicole Saranchin. Alexandra Marika Bukaides. Elizabeth Owens. Hinid Abduhab Rafe. Derek Taylor Parrott. Ian Andrea Piro. Joe Glazer. Leland Benjamin Macken. Yu Yu Chen. Lori J. Marshall. Andrew Atef George. Kenneth W. Mosby. Congratulations to all our Master of Science degree recipients. Are you sure? No, that's fine.
Marshals, please escort the bachelor's graduates. No? Are these... Yeah. Please escort the bachelor's graduates to be individually recognized. Catherine Steinberg. Yeah, just walk across. Yep. Alexis Jade Schmidt. Madeline Claire Barton. Katrina Abarca. Catherine Ann Kerrigan. Elizabeth Loretta Brisley. Bindle K. McWana. Samantha Zimmer Brown. Nicole Renee Tomey. Sujung Lee. Melissa Amber Williams. Michelle D. Andronov. Shebnem Dumilaolu. Sorry. Sarah Elizabeth Lincoln. Molly Elizabeth Tidakin. Lishawna Leander Beggs. Alexis Nicole Bracey. Caitlin E. Otterbein. Carrera Santiago. Elizabeth J. Della Monash.
Hey, my name's easy.
Zachary Alexander Blake. Kiera J. Kelleher. Lindsay Pearl Cohen. Stephanie Linda Burns. Jesse Aaron Rosenstein. McKinley John Harvey Armstrong III. William Walian Wang. Amanda Jane Wall. Jenica Hardeman, also receiving an MS degree. Leslie Olivia Amy. Victoria Schick. Gabriella Tam. Caitlin M. Smith. Shannon Lee Nolan. Brandon Douglas Whitmire. David I. Klein. Stephen Ma Liang. Alyssa Ryan Lipshay. Allison D. Hart. Emily M. Sykes. Ashley Marina Brower. Liana Joyce Newton. Nicholas William Mazzanti. Jessica Ann Howard, also receiving an MS degree. Caitlin Marie Donchak. Scylla Pauline Jager. Eric James Lesko. Tavon Allen. Giancarlo Castellalo. Lila Elmished. Samantha Schrank. Sarah King. Georgia Akranis. Daniel Forrest Lipschitz. Eric Collins Bronda. Stephen Alexander Ball. Ralph Wilson Shonley. Zachary Kantner. Stephen Cook Thong. Nikita Shah. Gianna Francesco Spincinado. Joseph Desi Wubaye. Christopher Ware. Sophia Sheikh Ishmael. Reina Yu. Anani Muradian. Ilya Medved. Rachel Udakirk. Christian Hassler. Saad Suleiman Shima. Thomas William Perkins. Michael Edward Sabin. Alexandra Swider. Rachel Lee Hutt. Jessica Rose Flush. John A. Durkee. Frankie Fusco. Nicholas James Machini. Sonali Dashi.
Celia Cheng. Margaret Vada Kurakan. Ashni Nadgauda. Sefi Paulos. Tej Joshi. Kush Sharesh Modi. Numan Ali Dugmaalu. Dana D'Alessandro. James Henry Burke. Caleb J. McKay. Ryan Truman. Tatiana Kogan. Ariana N. Cruz. Crystal Mishra. Kim Haek Sao. Matt Lin. Vinesh Anandarajan. Alexandra A. Poog. John Philip Wijakowski. Asenil Orhan. Carlos Raul Hernandez. Jillian Aluwalio. Reed August Power. Julia Grace Cummings. Brittany Michelle Bentley. Jessica Calderoni. Michael Lee. Priyal N. Patel. Marina Kelly Cugliari. Kelsey Rose Holman. Eleni Papanikolaou. Scott Christopher Olson. Nathaniel Thomas Stanton. Lauren Patrice Einhorn. Elizabeth Ann Ferris. Nicholas W. DeCariono. Ashley Ann Alvaranga. Zachary Thomas Sorelli. Kristen N. Villani. Monsi Patel. Virginia Lee Wolper. Jillian Urvoric. Salvador Francesco Vernaccio. Cecilia Kathleen Harrison. Wesley Akubi. Hannah Lily Abrams. Ashley Santos Rivera. Jody Lee Reese. Josephine Chinangat Morgar. Michelle Victoria Johnson. Jasmine Armstrong. Michelle Tia Sheree Wilson. Tasha Lameek Jones. Pranati Sripathi. Krupa Mayor Shah. Manish Verma. Balganesh Natarajan. Janil A. Baman. Kirsty Miklung. James L. Curtis. Brian William Goddard. Sonia M. Giwala. Wei Chen Zhou. Ria D. Jagazia. Anna Valitskaya. Wang Yu Zhang.
Ji Kai. Emmanuel Oluwatimi Anosike. Lin? Okay. Hui Xuan Nguyen. Gabrielle Acosta. Aman Adwin Williams Roman. Koriem Fedorovich, Victoria Lauren Bacchini, Megan Ann Pitts, Marissa E. Ryan, Chelsea Marie Geiger, Billy Truong, Pearl Ann Jefferson, Victoria King, Sarah Michelle Margulis, Emily Rose Dubel-Bice, Kristen Marie Palion Laiz, Richan Dugirala, Allison Tipton, Maria Gurieva, Winnie Musoni, Angela Nicole Kelly, Jessica Humenik, Judy Ashley Pearson, George Mylord, Tang Min Nguyen, Lee Ki Chen, Maria Hubei, Nida Khan, Aina Antaya, Elliot Hirsch, Jinfu Dai, Tyler Dane Rob Sprague, Hati Kam Nguyen, Jian Lin Pham, Erica Richardson, Shanaze Lynn Warner, Eric Jared Goodwaldane, T.G. Kolaku, Klida Kaliki, Ian Lutzo, Jamison Barber, Marliese Claire Nugent, Maria Teresa Mick, Grace Marie Petreka, Bridget Mallory, Stephen John Jaworski, Abigail Elizabeth Mudd, Michael Henderson, Marina Adriana Leva, Nicole Elizabeth Anderson, Juliana Maria Frangos, Alice Romanko, Jonathan Martin, Jeffrey Michael Stoddart, Ying Rong Tao, Wengxing Li, Krupa Girish Patel, Lauren Grace Heisey, Samantha Page Bedwell, Sharonda Chantel Stevenson, Alicia Lynn Jones, Sheila Kaushik, Juhi Motiani, Nicole Motz, Liana Ashley Nathan, Catherine Henderson, Emily Ann Garber, Jessica Barr, Julia Griffo, Elizabeth Marie Burdett, Greta Ertsgaard, Katie Nicole Tanzel. Melissa Storm. Stephanie Costa, also receiving an MS degree. Stephanie Ann Farrell, also receiving an MS degree. James Gallagher Gordon. Danielle Marie Exler. Harsh Masha. Elizabeth Sulga. Girishi Hariharan. Urmi Khatri. Poonam Patel. Niti Vora. Jasmine Mavani. Lauren Elizabeth Leveridge. Mimi Erin Tata. Bridget Susan Conaway. Duvisha Puntel. Radha Desai. Gabriel Melech Horwitz. Jessica Nicole Brandt. Connor Newton. Adam Frederick Ruboldi. Mohisha Muraka. Maria Tsingas. Nardin Gorgi. Krista Marie Daikin. Natasha Basu. Miriam Jason. Addie Lee Mayer. Madeline Elizabeth Wojak. Elizabeth Nolan. Melissa Putten-Purara. Mega Verma. Ellen Nicole Scott. Allison Fuller. Jacqueline Alexandra Cedar. Lauren Nicole Hibschman. Alexandra Lee Atia. Megan Michelle Plank. Tyrone Kwesi Coleman. Ubad Zaid Bati. Tiesha Nadine Trotman. Tiffany Getz. Kalfin Chen. Joshua Bushter. Margaret Lee Lippincott. Patience Carolyn Blaufeld Dodson. Catherine Marie Cherry. Jenny Rose Spadafora. Dairelis Mesa. Samantha Dinsfriend. Corinne Reza. Danielle Davis. Jaslyn Morales. Kathleen Elizabeth Houghton. Megan Elizabeth Antonius. Siona Grieca. Yuki Jiang. Amy Vo. Felicia Ann Gem. Priscilla Chan. Sarah Griggs. Ellen Claire Gingrich. Faith Rosa. Raylan Emily Loftus. Rebecca Yao. Sheena Amin. Ria Mukherkar. Drishka Sharma. Kirpal Kochar. Lakshana Senthil Kumar. Soumya Sukur. Aikila Gorishetty. Victoria Chan. Amripal Singh Bangu.
Vineet Suryodivara. Bennett O. Cantor. Elizabeth Grace Peckham. Victoria J. Trump. Catherine Victoria Miller. Courtney Carey. Augustus S. Carlin. Greg Berlin. Jenna Michelle Colkett. Jacqueline Winslow Hott. Monica Morgenstern. Carolyn Rose Kunin. Sarah Ann Mihalik. Marissa A. Mastropasqua. Meghana Pisupati. Garrett S. Mayo. Coleman M. Kotzer. Tyler T. Ferreira. Adam James Lynn. Kira Sai. Alexander Jason Wexler. Olivia Grace Vaccaro. Zachary Howarth Sykes. Tyler Ellis Papp. Michael Barth. Max William Sukovicki. Holly Brown. Howard J. Hutchinson. Cassandra Marie Habib. Lan Fung Gen. Anthony J. Rose. Jacob Aaron Havens. Patrick Vincent McGee. Hunanu Chowdhury. Sharmeen Islam. Fatima Iabrim. Daniel Miles Douglas. Kevin J. Praska. Taylor Marie Platt. Chantel Lee. Serena Sita. Sierra L. Carter Gordon. Theodore James Rutledge. Maria Rita Anake. Zachary L. Lazaev. Ivana Ivanovich. Ritu Atif, also receiving an MS degree. Yasmin Mustafa Daraz. Ruchika Batnagar. Jaron Johnson. Chris Palukal. Brandon Allen Rupert. Brianne Lauren Powell. Esther Q. Crystal Lynn Hildebrand. Angus Lee. Elizabeth Choi Kwong. Eric Robert Springer, AKA Sledgehammer. Richard Omar Hancock. Caitlin Emma Kavisko. Aswad F. Rahman. Evans Rakesh Patel. Ariel H. Pollock. Miley Santana Naomi Beal. Julia Dorothea Casciato. Cassie Nicole Homer. Joanna Back. Ruth Torres. Isabella Fidenza. Kristen Ann Volkner. Lauren M. Patterson. Nicholas Anthony Pereira. Abeem S. Sharp. Gregory E. Scott. Charles Grant Burnett. Kaylin Ann Palmer. Arthur Pappas. James Wong Huynh. Grant Peter Grotheson. Sarah H. Fendelander. Stephanie Jolene Seminaro. Clea Orit Benaun. Larissa Catherine Bunziak. Catherine Elizabeth Lowther. Sarah Danielle Levine. Paige Michaela Brownell. Erin Maria DiPiano. Janet Irene Bavis. Sharon Marie Muse. Cupil Choi. Chris Raymond Lee Vongcharan. Matthew Joseph Tetty Jr. Timothy Yoon Nangkong. Barry J. Graves. Blaze Bertulato. Zi Sing Shu. Yi Yang. Junlai Lee. Amanda Lynn Wolfson. Saurabh Dakwale. Congratulations to all of our bachelor's degree recipients.
In this ceremony, we have paid tribute to the graduating class of 2016. Now it is the time, the graduates' turn, to salute those who have helped them along the way. I would like the parents, spouses, partners, children, and loved ones of our graduates to please stand so that they may receive the thanks that they so richly deserve. Now I ask the members of the class of 2016 to salute their professors and mentors at Drexel University. Will the members of the faculty and administration please rise? Thank you for joining us today. We are excited to continue the graduation activities tomorrow, Saturday, June 11th, with the university-wide commencement at Citizens Bank Park beginning at 10 a.m., where all graduate degrees will be formally conferred. When our ceremony ends this evening, please stay in your seats until the graduates and stage party have recessed. And finally, we encourage our graduates and their families to return to Drexel University, to the city campus and the Dakalakis Athletic Center. There is a reception that is going on to celebrate this occasion until 7 o'clock tonight. We hope to see you there. One final time, congratulations to the class of 2016.